I'm Ted, okay? This is who I am. Wait. Hey, oh, it's a day, oh. Daylight come and me one go home. It's the Allston Melee podcast. This week, we've got Patty as per usual.
Hey.
We got Ted as per usual. Contrary to what the intro may tell you.
Yep.
Special guest and Allston Melee member, basically.
Essentially. I'm like the Cappdonna.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. It's
You're like
Sean.
the
Freddy Tier.
The Dalai Lama.
Oh my god, I wish.
Yeah.
I'm like the Dalai Lama's friend.
That one guy who's real close.
And this week we're going to talk about things. Hey, how you doing, everyone? Is it cool?
We can talk about Sean first. Hey, Sean.
Sean's been on the show before.
He hasn't been on a
That's
fucking
forever
minute,
true.
dude.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. My bad. I'm not
We're
trying to...
definitely in like multiple new season territories and Sean's been on.
Sorry, Sean.
And he totally does something way more impactful than what he did previously, which is be on the podcast. What do you do for Allston Melee, bud?
What do I do for Allston Melee? One,
Hey, friends.
I mostly help write the videos. Whenever there's a vid script, Patty's writing it up, and then it has to go through me and Ryan first.
Mm-hmm.
We stand at the gate. One of us only tells the truth. The other one only tells lies. Patty has to figure it out, and we get a great script out of it every time.
They talk in riddles the entire time that rhyme.
Yeah, I speak in verse.
Yeah. Previously, it was you guys, but then you guys are like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I make occasional appearances. Very rare, though. Cameos. Yeah.
There's actually a podcast where you guys bitch at me for it.
For what?
For bad grammar. And you guys were like, I'll do it every time.
Oh, yeah, because before it was awful.
Yeah, I mean,
But you've learned with time.
yeah,
which
with
is
time.
good.
I mean, I got new people.
Yeah, it's me too.
We run through it. We catch it when you say scene like 6 times in a row.
I still think the one I remember the most is dipping of the toes.
Oh, that's a thing we do all the time now.
Oh, is it now?
We've definitely dropped
Sweet.
dipping of the toes.
I fucking love
again.
dipping of the toes.
Yeah, dipping of the toes is prime.
Yeah.
All right, what else? I don't know.
Yeah, anything else you want to talk about, Sean?
To kick it off, definitely R.I.P. John McAfee.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, it happens.
A controversial figure of the world.
Yeah,
And one-
But when one dies,
a colorful, eccentric character.
One of our generals, White Boy Summer,
Yeah,
slain.
it was a white guy, and it is the summer today.
I forgot that one British dude died.
He did.
Yeah, that sucks.
I
The
can't
old dude,
believe it.
the old bitch.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Prince, old man.
yeah.
play hyperpop around Prince
And he melts.
Philip. He
Yeah.
melts.
He turns into a popsicle.
There was some basin to go on a tangent out front of my work today, and I walked by. It would have killed Prince Charles.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It
dead.
kind of hurt me, and I'm like, young person. I would have taken him out.
He would have loved the new Blade.
Hotel breakfast.
If only he'd heard it.
If only he could get out of the rebirth cycle.
I'm gonna start a new like horde of Blade fans, but they only know one song and they say they like Blade just to piss off all the.
I have to say Blady.
Is it? We'll call him Blade. Does he care? Does he say
Yes.
both?
Super cares. There's a video from a while ago where it's very funny, where it's someone like clearly meeting him for the first time. They're rappers, and is like introducing him on camera. He's like, "That's my homie Blade." He like almost says it's like cuts off, and you can see him in the
The
background.
fear in his eyes. Yeah. Well, don't have a stupid ass name if you don't want people to say it wrong. That's it. Let's get into the stuff.
Keep it monotone. Not a real podcast topic, but wanted to address it up front.
Oh, yes.
There's a recent controversy happening in the Smash community. I feel like we can just echo the same things that we said last week. If you want to hear, I don't think the take has very much changed. I thought you guys did a phenomenal job at
Thank you,
covering
Patty.
it the way that you guys did.
I don't even remember what we said, to be fair.
Well, I watched it and I was like, that's funny. And then you guys immediately went to peeing in pools and I was like, oh, good job, killed it. But yeah, like just to address it up front, like things have happened. And ultimately, like the best way I can say is if you're putting all your energy into something negative, you are contributing to something negative in Melee.
Correct.
Obviously, if you are in the position where you are making an impact with what you have to say, you should do so. And, we feel like that we've tried to do as much as possible with this platform that we have, just to be like, hey, we think this is whack. We also don't want this to fully rule our podcast because we're not here to talk about, that type of stuff. We're here to highlight the cool parts of Melee. But when there's whack shit happening, it'd be, not just of us to say that it isn't whack. But yeah, like, say your piece and move on is the best advice I can give. It's been a week since the real pop off, and obviously there's a second earthquake happening, but yeah. I think Melee is dope, and remember that Melee is dope, and
please.
And there's a reason why this game is so cool, and that's why we're still playing it throughout all this shit.
I think he'll spend some time in the big house and learn his lesson.
Not the tournament.
Not the tournament.
He's not going to that.
Is he allowed?
The prison cell.
Who knows? But yeah, the slammer, as it were.
In the slammer.
Whatever. Just
and then he'll,
It's so dumb.
Can he do push-ups, you think, with the wrist?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just gonna get buff.
Yes.
And come back.
Yeah.
Be like, now I can beat up Leffen or whatever.
If you guys see that Ludwig tweet.
What do you say?
He's like, it's kind of lame, but it's kind of funny at the same time. It's like trying to get canceled so I can get a dog and get ripped. Come on, dude.
That's kind of funny though.
He uses his platform for good. I gotta give him props there. All right, wheel, take it away. I tried to install a new wheel. It didn't go great.
Yeah, that last wheel sucked ass. Yeah. Sorry,
it's only
bud.
covering me.
Yeah, I know. It happens.
You're fine.
I like this.
Your
wheel.
wheelhead. What does it say?
Oh, gamer question for Ted and Pat.
Oh, great. I'm glad we started on this one.
Yeah.
First off.
What do you got for me?
This isn't much a Melee question as it is a Smash question. You've probably seen some stuff about this. You definitely haven't. I'm going to ask you first then, Ted. Maybe you don't even fucking know either.
All right.
What is a Shoto?
No idea.
In reference to fighting games. No idea?
Damn.
What is a Shoto?
Why are you going to put me on the spot like this, bro?
Is it?
I don't know the definition really either.
Is it the Akuma spin kick thing?
No, but you're kind of close somehow.
Okay.
I genuinely have no fucking clue. I just know that people call Smash Ultimate characters a Shoto.
Okay, cool.
Which were this is as much as I knew. I knew that people called Ken and the other character
Ryu,
and then they called one of them not a Shoto. Like previous to this, there was an argument about Terry.
You got it. Terry Bogard.
And then people were like, I don't think he's a Shoto. I remember this happening a while ago.
Yeah.
And then this one is just like to the 10th degree of everyone fucking ripping each other's heads off. Dude, it's so cool just watching Ultimate beef like this happen.
It's so funny.
That you just like don't even understand about.
Both sides are so like lame and nerdy.
But so mad at the same time.
It's really funny. So I guess, and people are going to rip me apart for this, but a Shoto in terms of fighting games is basically characters that play just like Ryu and Ken in Street Fighter. So you have a fireball, you have a hurricane kick, and you have a dragon punch.
Okay, so
and you've played like it's a neutral heavy, like basic-ish fighting game character.
I'm sure someone's gonna be super mad at you for saying those words.
I don't think Akuma counts. Whatever, who gives a shit?
Akuma
Did you know that previous to this? Because you play fighting games sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you knew this all previous to this?
Yeah, this is something that it's just a term that people say for that. I think.
If I played fighting games, I'd say that all the time.
You'd be Shotoing all over them.
Oh.
The thing is that nobody even really says that either. In like you say they're playing Ryu or Ken, but maybe in terms of matchup stuff, you'll say like this character versus a Shoto has a strong matchup because of their whatever
it's
neutral
like
or whatever. It's like it is actually very similar to saying Spaceys.
Oh, okay.
Good shit, Ted. There you go.
Okay.
Nice. I think it's like that anyway.
Okay.
So the problem is,
all right, that you just made it make sense to me. So it's like if you added a character that doesn't play like a Spacey but is like Slippy.
So if
we call it a Spacey?
It's like if somebody called
and he played like Ganondorf?
If like I don't know, it's like so the big beef is because recently Kazuya Mishima
Wolf, which happened.
But he plays like a
Spacey.
Oh, does he really though?
He totally plays like a Spacey.
What about calling like
in Melee he definitely does.
Oh,
I don't know about the other games.
True.
Whatever.
I'm talking we're talking about the
we're
only
calling like
version that
Game
matters
Watch
to
a
us.
floaty or a fast faller.
Sure. Point is the beef came apart. You're right.
Yeah, that's also very
so recently Ultimate announced Kazuya Mishima, who's a Tekken character.
Appreciate it.
And I'm really excited because it's a Tekken character, and that's really cool because people fucking love Tekken. And it came up. It's like, what are we going to call the fighting game characters in Ultimate? Because there's like Ryu, Ken, Terry, and now Kazuya. And so it's like people are like, let's just call them all Shotos, and then all the fighting game people or people who play Ultimate who like fighting games as well are like, those guys aren't technically Shotos. And so the Ultimate kids are like, Shotos, just trying to poking the belly or whatever. Which rules? I super think that's the funniest shit ever. And then people are like, they're not, or whatever. And then some people on the Ultimate side who aren't like just totally trolling or whatever are like, who cares what they're called or whatever. So they're also being like dipshits about it. Whatever, it's a fucking mess. It's kind of funny to watch all the discourse on Twitter because people are getting honestly upset about it. But yeah, it rules.
So what's your proposed alternate?
Call them Shotos.
I've seen FGC going around, like FGC characters, which I think is funny.
I think what there is a mechanic that defines them, which is all four of those characters. If you're not in your position, if you're in a position on the stage where you're not facing them, it will do an auto turnaround to face them.
Yeah,
so it's like a 2D fighting game where you're automatically facing the other character. So that's I think the only mechanic that they have that is the shared. So if you can make a name off of that,
call them Shotos.
Call them Shotos. I think Shotos is what we're gonna call them. I don't know. I think because they play so differently. Besides that one thing, just name them the characters that they are instead of like trying to force like a thing for them to be into, or call them Shotos because that's hilarious.
Or you don't not to shut, but you could just call them fighting game characters, right?
I think the point is that it's not like snappy.
Okay.
Like Shoto, it's like a 2-syllable thing or whatever.
FGC sounded a little
like spacey
because you could be talking about the FGC community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, call them punchers. No, that's bad.
Musclemen.
Whatever. That's that.
To finish this up, I've said this on the podcast before, but I seriously think any character that gets added to Ultimate that like plays the same way that they do in a different game, I think is the raddest shit.
Cool.
And I think I think legitimately people from the Tekken community would be like, maybe I'll play this game right now for like, I'll at least try it out.
Case in point.
Good job.
Case in point. I'm doing a patty. Freddie, who loves Tekken, is super excited. Yeah. He's been making jokes about dropping Melee and only playing Ultimate so he can play Kazuya. And I'm sure he's actually going to like get that character and go to Ultimate stuff. Like he's told me this. He's going to go to Ultimate stuff and try to play Kazuya because he's really, really, really excited to play that character. Which is cool. It gets somebody who doesn't really have a thing with that game to be like, I want to try this now because the thing that I like is in it, which is rad. That's it.
If Eris plays it,
he probably will.
That'd be cool.
Maybe he won't though. Air seems like the kind of a stubborn dude who'd be like, I don't fucking care or whatever.
I don't think he will, but if he did, that'd be epic.
Definitely the super Melee brain inside of me, but it's cool that the game that we stole the term wave dashing from can like do a wave dash in that game. Apparently like he has something. People think it might be his role. Which is still funny.
Because he did do it in the fucking thing. He was Korean backdashing, which is fucking wild.
KBD?
Yeah, it was KBD. There was a joke when Banjo came out, and it was somebody made an edited video. It was Banjo and Kazuya Mishima. And it was just him, like, superimposed on like Battlefield Korean backdashing. It was super funny. But I'm glad that it's in because it looks really fun and cool. And I like the fighting game characters in Ultimate. Like, Terry is fucking rad. I like Terry a lot. Sweet. Next.
When are they going to put that Indian guy with the long arms in?
Dalsim?
Yeah. Nice.
Yoga Fire. Yoga Flame. Nice.
Oh, God, I can't see it.
I want more hardcore characters since we're going to Tekken. It's kind of getting darker.
Master Chief.
Master Chief, that would be the best shit ever.
Wait, what about the main guy from Gears of War?
Marcus Phoenix.
Yes.
Yeah. A chainsaw gun.
Oh, that would be brutal. Leo from Resident Evil.
Leo is somebody I would actually really like. Leo or Claire, I would fucking love that ship. Or not Claire.
What if it's Ashley, the girl?
Like the one you have to carry around.
Daughter.
All right, gang.
Pyramid Head from Silent Hill.
Melee tournaments are coming back, but not necessarily talking about that immediately. I want to talk about just reflecting a little bit. Okay, so the last tournament that officially happened major was CEO Dreamland 2019.
I don't know.
I think it was
2020.
Was it early 2020?
So basically, I just want to ask, what was your favorite either storyline or memory pre-COVID? Like sort of like right before stuff was like just like automatically just ended and you didn't really expect it. It can either be a Melee storyline that you thought was really cool or just a memory from a local or even like a narrative from our local scene. Just like what is something that stuck out to you that might re-engage in the today times?
Re-engage is tough.
You don't have to re-engage, just whatever.
I'm thinking of so before COVID happened, just jog my memory, was HBox serious? Was Zane like beating HBox like every time, or was it close?
Yes. Also, funny enough, I went and checked CEO just to like refresh my brain. Mewtwo King won, playing all three characters.
Oh no!
Over HBox, who got third.
Oh, that's so rough.
And SFAT, who got second. Yeah, he played Sheik, Fox, and Marth, and beat HBox with all Fox. And that was going to be my storyline. I was going to say Mewtwo King playing Fox against HBox, which is like totally a thing right before that. Right
I don't even fucking remember that.
He was like suddenly just like had the Fox unlocked. I had played him multiple times. There was one tournament where I believe he got reverse 3-0'd. And everyone was like, "Oh, Mewtwo King's back!" But then I was like, "Oh, wait, okay." But yeah, he definitely beat him a couple times after that. So that's my one.
Damn.
Mewtwo King popping off, and I don't even know if he's gonna play Melee again.
Who knows, honestly?
So I'm grinding, breaking his hands a couple days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, playing nonstop, slipping.
He's a content boy now. I'm excited to see who comes back because a lot of people have had time away from the game and have probably. As much as new people have fallen in love with the game, there's probably a lot of old heads who have fallen out of love given the amount of time that they've had to kind of do their own thing for a little bit. So I'm excited to see who comes back, who decides that it's time to fucking... Like, I'd imagine people go to a major and probably don't perform as admirably as they used to, and they're like, maybe this isn't for me anymore, and they kind of dip out of the scene. So I want to see who really stays in and who kind of... It's like, maybe not anymore. Who knows? Whatever. Like, K-Toy already... is like even before COVID was over or whatever, but or not that it's over, but was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna take a backseat now or whatever. And so it's like, I wonder if more of that is gonna happen. I don't know.
I remember like enjoying the rise of Aklo, and then that just like boosted throughout COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a current storyline as well as
it's gonna carry over.
Yeah,
That's true. I didn't really think about that. Aklo was kind of popping off right before
Hax's nightclub. He was beating everybody.
Yeah, I know there's a super notable clip of him doing the shine mining thing against Swooper.
Yeah.
It's like kind of the only time it's ever been done. There's like a clip from like 2009 of someone doing it. But yeah, no, Aklo was just doing fucking wild shit right before stuff ended.
Yeah.
Is Hax's nightclub gonna come back?
Whatever.
And they're like a different name probably. Whatever. Maybe not even. Go.
Before COVID, so it was like February. I think this Ludwig guy's stream might blow up a little bit.
You really think
That's crazy. Yeah.
I think he's been doing pretty good for the scene. Maybe he'll blow it up.
Imagine your guy that you just invented only watches streams while there are Melee tournaments happening
it's
in
towards
person. February
2020 right now, right? They teleported back. This Ludwig guy, I don't know. He's got a lot of subs. He's almost more than
Really
Mango.
funny. Do you think if you... Nah, never mind. This is a stupid question.
All right, fine. I can relate it to something cool. The first video that you really worked on was 10 mainstream moments in Melee, which was literally a video that you invented.
My idea.
And we put Ludwig at the top of that video, and like he was number one in that video, and he wasn't nearly
as popular as he is.
That he is. He was like I watched it recently, and we talked about him being like, you know, he's streaming with some of the biggest people on the Twitch platform.
But now he is the biggest person. Actually, I don't know if he still is. He probably still is.
He's at least in that category.
Yes,
you know, if we're making a tier list, he's in the SSS.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, we have three different S.
Hey, he's friends with Pokimane.
But no, it's kind of wild that fucking
yeah,
that he did super blow up during this time. And you know, I just kind of have at this point, I just think of Ludwig always that level. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, he went sicko mode.
Yeah, go sicko mode.
I don't know any other storylines from before.
That was a good
I was
one.
gonna say, did HBox suck before? Did HBox blow this bad last February?
He was still popping off right before.
Damn, man.
All right. Oh, dude. Waterparks galore.
Oh, they just announced the thing, right?
So yeah, the Kalahari Resort sold out Riptide.
Yep.
Correct.
And you know
2K.
You know what they thought?
What?
Not enough people. Can't fit more people in this venue. But you know what we do have? Kalahari Resorts all across the world. Texas, Kalahari Resort, the official biggest water park in the United States, is hosting Low Tide
City, yeah.
Low Tier City x Riptide.
That's fire.
That is flames.
I love that name.
Like 2 weeks after? Like pretty damn close after. Allston Melee goes to Austin Melee, question mark.
Woo! We are
complete the
Allston Melee.
dream.
We do. I'm so excited to go to stuff again. I hope water park events are cool.
Yeah.
Again, go back to last week or whatever week. I'm not pissing in the pool. Ted's the one who's gonna piss in the pool. Depends how drunk I am. Don't piss in the pool, everyone.
It's like such a high percentage that everyone's
gonna piss in the pool, dude. I thought about it more since we did that episode. There's so many smashers are pissing in that pool, like literally without a doubt. Yeah, it's cool that they're just like, hey, we can do it again. And has it like registration opened yet? What'd you say?
Yeah, registration's up live. You can go register.
Do you know how like
SVG.
Like popping it is?
It's not as popping as Riptide. I'll tell you that.
I'd imagine.
I think there's like 300 people signed up right
Cool.
now, which is still like fucking a lot.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of people.
People are signing up for majors quicker than ever. But obviously, the first major that got announced fucking sold out.
And when does that happen in reference to Riptide?
I don't actually know.
Is
It's
it
a
in
couple weeks
Austin?
later. Chat, let us know. How later is it? I think it's in Dallas.
Dallas.
I'm pretty sure it's in Dallas.
Yeah, that's fucking rad. Get your if fucking strike while the iron's hot, I guess, you know. Cool.
Yeah, related main stage is a thing.
Yes.
Our good friends BTS Smash hosting a
Majors are
sick
going
event.
nutto.
And they have PM.
And so does Riptide, right?
Yeah,
I think
Riptide's
Riptide's
also.
popping off at like
PM's back.
P Plus is popping off at fucking like hella events right now, which is crazy.
PM is back, baby. We're all back.
PM is
They're
back.
running P
Oreo.
Plus, right?
It's P Plus, yeah. That's like the thing.
Yeah.
There's a
that
new
makes sense.
WarioWare. P Plus is back. Is like
Is there a new? Oh, you mean the
the
game?
world is healing.
I think meant they just changed the stage in the game.
Oh no.
Let me see your Toon Links and Lucas's, everybody, and pits.
Lucas.
I missed paying an extra couple bucks to go get shit on and play Lucas and have a little bit of fun.
I actually I kind of like playing PM. It's not nearly as fun as the other ones for me, but hell yeah, PM players.
I've actually been thinking about this lately. Is PM like high enough in stature now that I could say bad things about PM again? I think remember when PM was popping off and we could all be like, fuck that game. That game's so cool, but I don't fucking.
No,
We'd all be like, Lucas is cool, but I don't want to lose to someone.
Speak your truth.
And then PM was low. PM was low, so we had to be like, no. You guys need to play PM.
PM's so
PM's
cool.
awesome. You have to, dude. Sonic. You want to play against Sonic?
You're
Come
too
on.
slow.
Fucking
No, P Plus is tight because
don't censor yourself, Patty.
No, I think P Plus is dope because they essentially they try to make everyone cool, and I think that was my one complaint.
And sometimes
That was
they
always
did.
the thing. Yeah, absolutely.
I like how they literally ported the Melee characters over. It's like, this is just Melee Fox, Melee Sheik.
Yeah,
Just did that,
exactly.
and then they made the other characters like, oh, they can do some stuff. I love DDD in that game. Waddle dashing. I'm a big waddle dasher.
Yeah, you do play.
That shit
you play
rules.
DDD. See, you're the reason I have bad things to say.
You throw the guy, he just hangs out on the stage, and then you can cancel your throw and wave dash into him and throw him again. And
The electric one pisses me off. And you go,
yeah, that's the waddle do. Waddle do and Goro. Yeah, I love DDD rules in that game.
Hollow Knight,
Hollow Knight,
Meta Knight.
Meta Knight. Hollow Knight's the bug
I'm playing
game.
Brawlhalla.
Is Hollow Knight in Brawlhalla?
Soon enough.
Probably. They just added the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know if
That's
you saw that.
fucking nuts.
Yeah, they got all this
Brawlhalla's
high profile
crazy.
shit.
Yeah, you can go check out the Allston Melee VODs channel. But this one time I reviewed a Wisely video, and then we proceeded to waste like 10 minutes on it just going through all the Brawlhalla characters with the chat. Chat was like, what? With me the entire time. We're all just like, they have The Walking Dead? What?
Wait, what?
What was your
Literally-
biggest like?
The Walking Dead.
Was it The Walking Dead?
Yeah, that was the one where I was, because it was like,
Dude,
like
it's Daryl versus Fox.
It is.
It's like Shovel Knight and all these characters, and it's just like The Walking Dead.
You're like, whoa! That one, the other day I was doing laundry in my room or whatever, and I was thinking what's like the craziest guest character in a video game. And it's probably Negan from The Walking Dead and Tekken.
What?
Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Negan, like the Bat guy from the
Yeah,
TV show
yeah.
The Walking Dead.
Brawlhalla too, I'm
Spoilers.
pretty sure.
Yeah, I think he is in Brawlhalla. He's in fucking Tekken. And I was thinking about how crazy that fucking is.
That's actually
He's
so
just in
cool.
there for no, and nobody even like the FGC doesn't give a shit about The Walking Dead.
So is that canon? Is there a scenario? where,
there is I think all of the guest characters in Tekken have a canon reason to be in Tekken.
So Negan,
Sick.
for some reason in the Walking Dead universe, is now fighting a panda.
Not only that, but I think in his reveal trailer, it was Harada who is the lead on the game development for Tekken. It's Negan like torturing Harada, being like, "So you're the game dev, huh?" or whatever. That shit's fucking crazy. I don't know. Tekken's nuts.
That's kind of
So
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
One question, going back to earlier. Is Mega Man actually in a Street Fighter game?
He's in.
And he looks like that screenshot?
So yeah, he's in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and he looks like that because in way back the North American box arts for Mega Man looked like that, not the Japanese ones,
funny.
but the North American ones. And so Japan makes fun of our North American box art for Mega Man, and so they just added that guy as a character into
Thank
Street Fighter
you.
X.
What is it
Thank
look
you
like?
for explaining the context.
I'll pull up a picture for you.
Okay. We'll flash
big.
it on screen for everybody in post.
Nobody's gonna do that.
Next season. Next season.
But yeah, what else were we talking about? We're just how majors are popping off. Good shit.
Majors are popping off.
majors
The world
popping
is
off.
healing. It's kind of red.
It is super rad, yeah. Do we transition well, or do we have to pivot? Yes, we transition well. The return of locals.
No, dude.
It was a 1 in 3 chance that we transitioned really well. Yeah,
Is it
Sean
locals?
Judge.
We're talking about locals?
Yeah. We fucking hosted a local last. I mean, we didn't really. We streamed a local last
Correct. NGP. What is it?
night. NGP RX. It's Redux.
Redux. Sweet. We're back. NGP had some like gnarly subtitles. We've had New Game Plus Ultra, I think was one of them, or whatever.
Yeah, New Game Plus Strive.
On the church or on the hill.
I wanted PC post COVID.
PC.
Oh.
NGP PC.
NGP PC.
Oh,
People would be like,
post-COVID.
it's politically correct. You'd be like, shut the fuck
True.
up, and then say a slur. Don't really do that. That's a bad idea.
Because then you can say PP.
Oh, we could say PP.
NGPP. No, that's definitely the one. NGPP is definitely the next.
Yeah, it was fucking great. How many entrants? Not as many as I wanted. I'm be real with you.
I think it might have capped. I don't know.
Did it cap? Oh, because I know there's a cap on it.
30, yeah, I think it's 38, 35. So no, it didn't cap. They just opened it up to it capped, and then they opened it up more. So it capped at 32, and then they extended it a little bit.
It was so nice being there again.
Oh my god,
it was so
it's
nice.
so cool having all that stream equipment.
He was like,
Yeah, that was awesome. Last minute, had to refigure out how the fuck to stream from console off the Slippy thing.
Hey.
Totally forgot about that. Didn't have legendary Mike Fay Spiff there to help.
Just to help.
Who's helped me out incredibly with the stream previously.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sean came through, helped
we
out with
figured it
stream.
out.
Yeah, we figured it out. God.
A bunch of newcomers too.
God.
So
Yeah.
sweet.
I sat down at the bar. I was eating my sandwich. I was eating a Goblin Gannon.
I also got the Goblin
As
Gannon.
you
God.
Uh-huh.
Fucking delicious. So
Great
I'm
sandwich.
in that thing, sitting. I look over, little kid with a frame one. Not little, he's like 14. But to me, he's 10 years younger than me, bro.
Yeah, true.
He's sitting right there with a frame one in a box. I'm like, what's
Frame
up,
one in a box.
brother? How'd you do in bracket? And he said, I got bodied, but I took a few stocks and it was pretty good. I started playing a year ago during COVID. Played on my computer keyboard until tonight, where he bought the frame one at New Game Plus.
From Tree
Oh
Loke?
my god. That's
Whoever was
sick.
selling it in New England Melee.
That's actually so dope.
What?
Yeah.
That's so rad.
Took some
Oh
stocks,
my
had
God.
never, and I was like, damn, who'd you play? Couldn't remember who they played the first set. Second set was like, that tall is like a Falcon player. Toaster.
Oh.
Yeah, no, him and
Toasty.
his dad. Shout out Liam and his dad at New Game Plus.
I saw
That
the
rules.
dad.
I did see the dad. I was on dad watch.
Yeah.
I'm always on dad watch.
I tried
whenever
to.
go to
I went full dad relatability mode where I was like, yeah, man, Melee. It's like I think about it like pick up basketball. You know,
That's so
you can
funny.
just always get better.
You can see him in the
There's always
background being
someone-
like,
So I was like, all right, all right,
Get it now.
all right. My son's gonna be backing him down.
I mean, we've done that before. Shout out the young homies. I won't call them out because they're old now, so
Yeah.
you don't need to know that
From a
we
mom?
haven't seen that long. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a sick one. I can't really follow up that. But what would you say is your cool memory that came from it? Because we were all there. Me and Sean ran stream. You did a bunch of commentary, and you entered bracket. I'd say for me, just like being behind the fucking monitors again, running the cool stream. Yeah, the Freddie on commentary. You guys were all really funny. And then we had Mr. Heat come in and give some analytical stuff at the end. Had Freddie be the comedic relief
Thanks, Heat.
when needed. Yeah, it was dope. Fucking had a cool storyline with Ian, which I thought was really cool. Ian, the 11 seed, popped off and got second. Double
run.
eliminated
so
Shmeli,
sweet.
Who Shmeli has been popping off.
Wait,
too.
who won?
Younger one.
Okay, cool.
seed,
First seed.
younger.
Got you.
He talked a bit at the end about how he checked the bracket and he was like, fuck, I'm the first seed and the fucking first event back. Because like
pressure's on his shoulder.
And then he talked about it. I thought it was really funny. He's like, me and Squibble have a running bit about how if we get seeded the first seed, no way we can win the tournament. Impossible to win the tournament.
Yep.
So he was very happy that he was able to clutch it out. And had good words to say about Ian too.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was cool that we had sick commentary and sick narratives on the mic.
Absolutely.
Sig narratives because Freddie got 9th, baby.
Freddie did get 9th. He was actually very proud
It was
of
super
himself.
annoying. I was
He
trying to have
was.
him commentary and he kept fucking winning.
9th, by the way. That's me. Sean, how about you? What'd you like about it?
Oh, that
He
was
the sick
my
one.
little
frame
kid
one,
that I
yeah.
talked to.
Oh, my bad. Sweet.
Goblin Gannon was delicious. One
such a
person
good
came
Goblin
over
Gannon.
and said, yo, I'm trying to enter bracket. And I was like, stock's probably over getting french fries. I was right. So,
Stock was getting french fries.
yeah, he was getting
Stock
french
did a
fries.
great job
Oh, he
reeling
did.
it in.
They finished that shit before 10.
which honestly usually doesn't happen in NGP, frankly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He ran it perfectly.
That's my boy.
I also gave him stream conflicts, like that potentially could have halted the bracket. So I was like, "Hey, buddy, I got a big time stream to run."
I love doing commentary. It was a blast. I told myself going in because I knew I wasn't going to enter. I was like, I'm going to take fuck me. I'm going to take commentary a little more serious. I'm going to talk about the match. We're going to obviously there's some goofs and ganders. Did not do that. Notes for next time. I'll pay more attention. I think I was just so excited to be there again that I was like, and I was like making jokes with you, making jokes with Freddie. Fun time. I made a dumb little tweet about this, but as soon as I got up and went to reach for my headphones and had to like untangle them or whatever, I was like, oh my god. Like I was doing this like a year and a half ago after commentary sets for NGP, and it kind of just like flooded over me. I'm like, I love this. This is great. I love doing commentary. I love being here. It's so much fun. Yeah, I fucking seeing people from forever ago too. The new blood, the old blood that did show up. I wish like some other people came through, like Psy, Spiff, PJ, names like that. But maybe they had things to do. Who knows?
Hey, maybe they were leaving the spot open for the people who haven't been there yet.
Good point, Patty. Excellent. But yeah, that was my shit. Good shit all around. How about you, Boo?
I don't know. It's nice to just be able to like walk up to someone and be like, "Hey, you want to play some friendlies?"
Someone that you don't know at all.
Yeah, just play with a stranger, like face to face. It was good.
Yeah, I'll say I gotta give a big shout out to Meep Raj. Helped out with stream stuff and specifically ran the tournament, and it's cool that people are interested in shadowing a TO, and I think that was really cool. I think in the future we could do a better job of giving him a real impactful role, because we were kind of like all figuring out, flying by the edge of our seats the entire time. But then second stuff got running. It was like, okay, we're clean. So yeah, big shout out Meep for helping on the bracket and having a cool set on stream too.
Nice.
Yeah, I felt bad because right at the end I said Rabbit was in front of me, and I was like, "Oh, Rabbit, your set was really good. I can't remember who you played. It was like a Sheik. You came back and won it." And then Meep was right there, and he was like, "Yeah, it was me." Like, oh, yeah, it was Meep. Huh? I'm sorry, man. It was a good set though, like really tight bat.
Yeah, it was good. That was the first tight battle set we've had in so long. I feel like net play sets are just like a wash.
No, it was great to be back.
2 topics left. Where are we landing? Boys?
I don't know. You tell me, Teddy.
No.
Twisted Towers.
Summit 11 plus nominations.
Okay.
Mike has a full list, but I have a different approach to this real quick. So Summit voting is happening. People are desperate for the votes. There was a funny thing that happened that I'll talk about at the end. But I just want to approach it from, we are all from New England.
Yes.
We've been through the ringer of Summit voting.
Oh yeah.
I can confidently say that unless you watching this stream are also from New England, we are better at Summit voting than you
Absolutely.
are. I don't even try to argue.
Scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
You want to know my biggest tip for getting into Summit?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, Ted.
Live in New England.
I literally tweeted that. I was like, I think the only way you should be able to get a Summit is if you're really, really good, or if you live in New England.
Yeah. That's just how it goes.
We love our boys and girls.
Absolutely.
So what would you say as a good tip for
getting
someone
into Summit?
Getting into Summit? If you, which I've seen for the first time, which I think is really cool, I've seen voting managers. Shout out Saber, who ran the Uncle Sam's Weekly, is LSD's voting manager.
That's fucking wild.
Aklo has like a team.
It's like a campaign manager for like.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said. Campaign manager.
What does that mean?
He's in charge of different ways to get LSD votes. Specifically, he's running a tournament.
He's going to procure the LSD onions.
He's getting the
go to the farmer's market, grab the freshest onions.
He'll do the Uber Eats Amazon order for LSD. But another thing I will say is literally no one, I think Slocks might have kind of, but no one from New England has ever done Summit voting incentives. Like it's always been us doing incentives for them.
Because we're going nuts.
Never been like, someone is going to do X and Y coaching thing or like whatever to get someone into voting.
You know how many shirts Ryan doesn't wear that he bought? Like many people do this from Summit shit, just so you could get those juicy votes, so you can pile them on your boy. Absolutely. That's that hot shit.
Yeah. Yeah. For the longest time at my mom in the back, we had like literally like 3 to 4 boxes full of shit. That was like we had a box, but then like people donated boxes full of like old Summit merch, and it was like literally 3 to 4 summits later, we were trying to get slocks in. We gave away all that Summit.
That's so
merch
funny.
for Summit voting.
I was gonna say that. It's like there's like a thrift shop somewhere that's just full of like Beyond the Summit shirts. That would be fun.
But to kind of answer the New England thing, I've said this before a long time ago, but like I think the biggest benefit that we have is that we consider ourselves New England and not Massachusetts Melee.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a huge thing. We consider New Hampshire, Vermont, all these places are just as much New England as Allston is.
Vermont?
We're much more centrally
Absolutely.
organized too. And so,
Yeah.
like we're good at communicating with each other. We're not like a bunch of separate little regions.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's 6 states worth of fucking people down to clown for whoever we want to decide who should get in.
That's a lot of people.
And for some reason that doesn't translate to like the Midwest. You know what I mean?
They're
Like
too
they
big.
seem a lot more. Yeah, it's true. They might be too
We're
big
very
for that.
concentrated up here in the Northeast.
Yeah,
huh?
we also all go to each other's tournaments.
True.
You know, people
Because
from New
we're so
Hampshire.
concentrated.
Yeah,
We can.
yeah. That is the coolest part about New England is that you can go to like
Carpool with some boys.
You can live 45-minute driving spots from like 3 different states at the same time and go to their tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, sick! We have a spammer in chat. Go big fall.
Do you want me to
Big
name
follow us.
some front runners for?
Yeah. Real quick, let me
Do it up, baby.
No, you actually have the list. Name who's fully invited because I want to talk about that.
Oh shit! All right. Come on, bitch. Okay.
Thanks, Ryan.
Moki, Zane, Plup, SFAT, IBDW, Mango, Leffen, Amsa, and Pipsqueak.
Pipsqueak from the same circuit.
Yes, correct.
Pipsqueak won a circuit to get in.
Yep.
Okay, that makes
Let's go,
sense.
Pipsqueak.
One more qualifies through Rollback Rumble, the big one, which is the tournament coming up. And right now, the front runners in terms of Twitter nominations, I think.
Hold on, real quick.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
The one thing that I want to say is that with COVID still very much existing, and people from specifically Canada having a lot more trouble locking down vaccines, that invited player list that you just listed out, multiple of them are like, hey, I don't know if I can go.
Got you.
Like specifically Moki and Nunn are like big question marks currently. So yeah, this is kind of like the first summit where people aren't immediately like, yes, like I'm absolutely coming.
Yeah, 'cause
it's
of
like
course
a
you would
big-
if you could.
Like people are like big maybe, and they're still on that list. So yeah, I think there's totally a possibility where we might have some like super final qualifier type beats.
Sweet.
Where we're having maybe a specific summit event to decide who gets Moki's spot because he's unable to go.
Yep.
That'd be Pog.
So yeah, that's all I want to bring up is that invited player list isn't fully locked down as of right now, and it could be. They could lock them all down a week from now. And but yeah, that's a weird asterisk that involves with this summit.
Totally. So I'll give you the Twitter noms that are front running right now. Hbox, Axe, Magi, Wizzy, Yingling.
Like
Yeah.
the beer?
Nick Yingling.
Nick Yingling,
Yingling.
Arizona CEO.
Which is so sweet. Dark Gen X.
Yep.
None, who isn't in. Moki's in, not None. So I don't know if None could go because of what you were just saying about earlier.
I didn't know that.
Yep, None's not in. Aklo, LSD, S2J, Ben Snape.
Yep.
Who's that?
I don't know, but I saw many memes. I saw the Chad guy Chin.
Yeah.
Many memes. Oh, I just voted for Ben Snape with that.
Okay, I got you. J-Salt, Ginger, Toussaint, BBB, Dacky, Forrest, and more.
God.
Those are
That is
all
a-
front runners?
That's a tough.
Yes.
That's a tough list for LSD and Aklo to get through.
Who, by the way, apparently want us to talk about. We want them to get in,
Yeah.
which would be cool.
I was gonna say that regardless of whatever
Go for it.
Ryan had
Yeah.
fucking written down.
Yeah, I'm down.
My favorite picks from that are LSD and Aklo because they're by far the most recent and by far the most deserving of the
I was
spot.
literally about to say is people who have been incredibly consistent throughout Slippy and beforehand, obviously with like Aklo and shit. It's like they absolutely deserve a spot. They're
One of
down
those
on my-
Cypher,
names
appreciate it.
Thanks, Cypher.
stands out particularly to me above the rest, which is Smoke Two Joints on that list.
Yeah,
That guy's got a pretty easy spot, I feel like.
because he's got the fans, right? Is that-
Yeah. He's got the fans and he's S2J.
I feel like it's hard to be that person who like automatically deserves it to get into Summit, because many people will vote for the person who like doesn't have that opportunity correct just given to them.
You want the underdog.
And
Like, that is where I think so many of those players have gotten so fucking pissed at New England, because they felt like they've robbed them of a spot. But in all actuality, like, sorry, dude, fucking Crush might benefit more from this than you, because he doesn't have the opportunity to beat Leffen every fucking week like you do.
Exactly.
So like that is the one thing where it's like, I totally agree. Like hearing Nunn's not on that list is like, okay, Jesus, wow, all right. And that's kind of where my comment came from, where it's like, that's a rough list for LSD and Aklo to get through.
It's just wild because there's some like HBox, Axe, Wizzy, S2J, Nunn. It's like those are guys that have to now like kind of like push their way in, which is like ridiculous.
I think it's Jesus. I think it's better to have not all of the top. I think the Summit's better as an exposure.
Absolutely,
vehicle.
which is what we were really good at. By the way.
Yeah. But as like an expose, because you get the whole point is that you get to see them in a casual environment and hanging out, and we know what Axe and HBox and Nunn are like when they're out and hanging out.
And obviously they would like to be there because they're them and they are high profile and they would like to like show that they're.
I mean, it's fun too.
And they have
I get that.
It looks fucking awesome. The Summit looks so fun to go to. I definitely would like to go.
Fucking hell yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes you gotta let them run. Let the young boys, whatever. You know,
let sleeping dog. No, other one.
the opposite of slow sleeping dogs.
What's the one with the let the dogs run? I don't fucking know, dude. You cool over there,
Let
hombre?
the dogs out.
Who?
But I'll say specifically, LSD, living in a state with no ranked top 100 ranked players, and also has no top 100 players in every single state touching them.
Yep.
What?
Yeah,
He's like a weird. What's the word for that? When you got.
It's not like it's like in Smash.
He's like a landlocked country of like of being good at melee.
I'd say everyone vote. Whoa, Cypher got voted a year. 12 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. I love you, Cypher.
Jeez, Matt, you're the man.
LSD,
Gifted it.
bit of a solution here for you. Move. What are you doing
Well,
there?
you don't know what his situation is.
Dude, get out of there.
Where is he? Where does he live?
Move to SoCal.
Carolina.
Okay.
Hey, Ted, you lived there.
Look where I am now. There's very easy solutions to that problem.
That's funny.
Pack your bags, LSD.
Thank God,
You just
Alex.
say, hey, LSD, I hope you're doing well. It's me, Michael. You know, Allston Melee. I'm hoping that you kind of figure it out, because right now you're in a situation, although admittedly Slippy exists now, so you can play whoever you want, wherever you want, but it's not quite the same as in person. Point is...
They have bad net play connection.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That sucks. Never mind. Yeah, leave, dude. You need to go. Get yourself to a city, a metropolis of sorts. Yeah, no, never
good
mind.
internet.
Yeah,
Get out of there.
Deuce it. So anyway, I hope you win this thing. 'Cause I would
CableNet,
love to see
appreciate it.
you and Aklo play, like, especially actually.
Yeah, actually, just
Yeah,
move
just
to
move.
New York. Move to wherever Apple
Tri-State.
lives.
Come hang out with us. Actually, New England.
Was
we
it-
welcome you, open arms.
Wasn't LSD living in SoCal for a sec?
I don't know.
I don't think
Did
so.
I fever dream that?
I think you
Fever
fever dreamed that.
dreamed it.
I
It was
vote
just
LSD
always-
because I like them.
They were just always South Carolina, right?
Yeah, they're South Carolina. Jack corrected me. No, North
SC.
Carolina. So last thing on Summit voting that I'll say is a funny bit happened
Funny bit, huh?
with a previous employer of mine.
Oh, really?
Smashy G
Smashy
kind
G.
of dropped the fucking ball.
What'd
And
they
maybe
do?
it wasn't Smashy G. You know, I feel like every single fucking problem with Smashy G comes from the tournament organizer being like, it's their fault, not me.
Mhm.
But essentially, like, all of the Summit votings or nominations that came from like the first maybe more than 24 hours didn't actually get counted because it had the hashtag Smash Summit space 11 and it wasn't Smash Summit 11. So like there was just a flurry of nominations and like literally none of them counted. So people like Dark Genix, who is like committed and like understands how to fucking campaign, proceeded to reply to every single person who nominated him and said, "Hey, just so you know, there's an error. You can now actually vote for me. If you would redo it, I would very much appreciate it."
Good for him.
Dark Gen X deserves it. Dark Gen X deserves every vote. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's
That
a ball
sucks so
drop
bad.
and a half.
Oh.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Dark
Yeah,
Gen X
so it
replied
could've
to
just-
all those tweets, and Lil B followed 1 million people.
It could have just come
hands.
from Summit incorrectly putting their hashtag, which probably did. That's probably what actually happened. But yeah, it still sucks that happened.
Yeah.
And yeah, Smash G definitely got a bunch of mean replies, which I don't know. They're
I
kind
want
of-
Dark Gen X to get in.
That'd be
just
sweet.
because of that. What I just said.
No, just because I know Dark Gen X
Honestly,
personally. He's
it'd be
the
so
only
cool
one.
to go from like on all actuality. It'd be so cool from the person buying the spot to get into Summit to the person getting voted into Summit.
Mm.
Like
That
that'd
is-
be kind of wild. That's like Ringler.
Absolutely.
Remember Ringler? Ringler got known because they bought the spot and like were cool. The cool one who bought the spot.
Oh yeah.
And then
I
Ringler
fucking
actually got super good at Melee and was like, yeah, that's super boosted.
And Regular could like already also play.
Yeah,
Like,
sure,
Regular
sure.
was like good at the game.
And then,
already.
plays DK, has sort of a gimmick, People
Yeah.
want to play you just because you play this weird character.
And he's not terrible, and it's like, oh, okay.
You know what I will say too about just doubling down on my point is that Ringler got to go and play with all the top players in the world and stay with them for a few days, and then weirdly enough, he got way better at the game right after.
Yeah.
So maybe it's better to not have Nunn and Wizzy and them all in, and we get the new guys in, let them get a taste of instead of all right playing in a major and you play a top player, you're shaking and you're freaking out. You have 5
You
games.
get the one shot.
You have
One
5
shot.
games tops.
Spaghetti.
Your
Do
mom's-
not let your chance.
Yeah,
Don't
good
miss
job,
it.
guys.
In this, you can sit and chill and play friendlies with Leffen for an hour and a half if you want, and he has nothing else to do.
Also, extremely less threatening asking someone like that to play Melee with you.
Mm.
Like, if you are doing that at a major, they're so high likely that they're going to say no.
Mhm.
The only way that you get that is if they're like, is there any Samus players willing to come to set up A10 right now? Like, that's literally the only chance that you
I'm on
get.
my way.
Like, playing a top player who's, I don't know, normal and respects their time. Shout out Mango. Mango will probably just play with you if you ask nicely. But there are, the regular top player there to fucking grind and play a bunch of Melee isn't there to play Melee with you. But Summit is a different thing. Summit is totally a different thing.
I don't think Mango is.
Your Mango's probably not. Mango's bad. There are top players who will totally Axe. I've seen Axe playing with fucking setup and random
K-Toy.
a bunch of times. Yeah, there's totally a bunch of players who will
Hang out.
if you approach them, you're like, hey, I'm a huge fan. Will you play like a best of 5 with me or something like that? I played Kalindi because I was like, hey, would you money match me? I think your Fox is really
Money
cool.
ma-
You played Samus really well.
Money match is way easier.
Yeah, I mean, but there's countless scenarios where they're like, no, dude, I'm going VIP. I don't have
VIP
time
room.
to play you because I'm gonna fucking this is gonna be a waste of my time.
Or like, I'm about to eat lunch. Or
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I need to do this or some shit.
I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, going to the summit, definitely a big level up. I
Um,
think it's a good opportunity for anybody.
who do we think's getting in?
Aklo, Dark
There's what?
Gen X.
Four,
Oh,
3, 2
I actually
nominations.
don't know, man.
I forget
Aklo
how
and
it-
Dark Gen X and LSD are my
usually
3.
six,
I don't know
isn't
who
it?
the 4th one
Dark
is.
Gen X is
Four.
gonna have.
There's another top runner who you didn't mention is Two Saint.
I said just
Ah.
Oh, you did? Okay. Two Saints definitely. We didn't mention. Two
Oh, my
Saints
bad.
cool.
There's
There's
6.
6 nominations. Wow. Okay.
I knew it was 6. Nice. I'm a genius. So who's there? Who's on this
Give me
list?
3.
Dude, it's probably just the popular kids. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can't imagine HBox and Axe not showing. Maybe not Axe.
Yeah, we didn't talk about HBox. HBox is fucking.
He's got the sub base for it.
That's
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
He's popular.
literally the biggest streamer in the Melee community.
Yep.
By far.
Yeah, HBox is definitely gonna be in. I was surprised if Johnny didn't show up.
Also, very likely
he?
that some of these top players could qualify through.
That's true.
There's still, there's still the rollback rumble event.
Yep.
Very possible that someone like that qualifies.
True.
But it'd be super cool if someone who didn't go through nominations qualifies.
I'd be surprised if one of the Falcons didn't win that. The Falcons are Aklo.
True.
I fuck with that.
I like Aklo's campaign. I want to see what happens.
I mean, I'm down for people who are running, like, who are in enough to have a campaign type deal. I'm like, hell yeah, man, you're putting in the work. Good for
All
you.
right, here we
Yeah.
go. You ready to end
love
this
that.
off? Here, Aklo, LSD, and any other people who genuinely care about the Summit voting phase. This is what you have to do. I'll tell you straight up, as someone who has voting manager on their fucking portfolio and resume. Here's what you need to do. You need to get a spreadsheet of every single person who has committed votes to you. You need to get them all listed down, all have all of their contact info, and have like the amount of votes that they all have. And you need to literally prep and like message all these people to not send any of their votes until the last 2 minutes. The reason why that's important is because if you don't put in votes to the last second, no one else knows that they have to buy more votes. For instance, if you put your votes, if you instruct everyone to put their votes in 5 minutes before the thing, someone potentially will be able to like spend fucking $2,000 or whatever to buy none in. And it's very likely that the top players will have a big fund dedicated to, however, like if I need to spend this money to get into Summit, I will spend this money. So by not instructing everyone to not vote until the final like 1 minute, you have the opportunity to just like completely eliminate that worry. And for instance, for Crush, which was I think is specifically the biggest one that we ever did, we had 27K votes prepped and no one sent them until the last 30 seconds of voting. And it was like by far the biggest bump. We literally broke the Smash GG page. It had the incorrect votes listed because that's how many people saved their votes until the last 10 seconds. So if you want to get into Summit, you literally can't use any of your votes. You need to be the bottom person on the list because anyone contributing to voting previous to that is just making everyone else spend more money. So if whoever is in the top voting right now is literally just contributing to spending more money. So you want to be in the bottom until the last minute because you have a good idea of how much votes you have in total and how like likely it is for you to get that person in. And for instance, if you don't have enough votes to get that person in versus the number one player, you need to prep for the next week or next day or whatever Summit voting possible as hard as you possibly can. So that is how you get into Summit.
Basically what you're saying too is spending votes before you drop a giant bomb is basically like raising the price at an auction for no reason. Like you're just bumping it up and bumping it and bumping it, and now you're like, well, I could have got it for 25K. I didn't even want to spend 50, but now it's 100K if I want to buy it. But it's like, dude, if you just everything stays low, they're like, oh, I'm cool with 30K, and then you drop your 30K on top of whatever you already had, and it's like there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, and Cypher, to answer your question, I will never be a campaign manager for anyone who isn't from New England. I've sworn that I will only do this for my own region. I will only pick up this sword for the people that I care about.
How about you?
Another important
it's
thing.
not for my region.
Okay. It's day one or nothing.
Yeah, well, it's day 1 or 2. Because day 1 is by far the cheapest buy you can get. If you
really
realize,
want day 1.
If you realize on day, I think Slocks we got on day 2 because
but that was the only one
because someone spent 10 grand to get someone else in, and then we couldn't beat the number 2.
Yep.
So we immediately told everyone to just hold off. So yeah, you need to be in strict contract with everyone and have everyone on the same page.
Was that the dude who got lucky in?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
exactly. That's what it was.
I remember that. That's why I rocked the Kemi tag on it sometimes in Melee. That rules. That's a cool story.
Yeah, so clip it, ship it, send it to LSD and fucking other people. That is my biggest advice I could possibly give you.
Good advice.
All right, I don't know what's last.
I think it's just this, right?
It's green.
Never counterpick me.
So this is the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. This is a tweet.
You got to read it to the chat.
I will right now. The tweet says from I don't know if I want to
from an ultimate player.
From an ultimate player.
They clarify in the replies.
I have absolutely zero respect for players that rely on counterpicks to win. They know that they, as a player, aren't good enough to win normally, so that they just pray that the opponent won't know the matchup. It's pathetic as shit, bro. Please learn how to play the game. It's bitch made. And I was like, what kind of Melee player would say this? The next, you can see like a part of the reply. Like, oh, you beat my obscure me gunner game 1 against my Pikachu or whatever the fuck. So I'm like, oh, it's an ultimate kid. This is the dumbest shit. Anybody, you guys
I
go
have
for
a
it.
thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Have you guys ever counterpicked a character in tournament?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all day.
Ted, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, you play Sheik? All right. You counterpicked me.
Mm-hmm.
I beat your Sheik, though. You beat me with Fox the next 2 times, though. That was a long time ago. Give me the story. You counterpick. Why?
I used to just go Sheik against Fox, or against Samus instead of Fox, because it was easier.
Would you still do that?
No, my Fox just knows the matchup now.
Yeah, so you wouldn't counterpick any character? What if you play like a Game & Watch? Well, Nick Marcus.
If I'm like really like tired, I'll play Sheik more.
So it's so you don't have. So Samus was the matchup previously where you were like, I don't want to fucking do this.
Just because I didn't know the matchup well enough, and it was easier to like play without knowing the matchup of Sheik because the matchup is so straightforward and easy to learn. So, yeah, playing Sheik is fun though.
Mike, how about you? Give me your counterpick story.
It was actually, I made that shit up. It's not a counterpick. It's more so that I was learning a new character, and then I was like, I could beat him with the other one, so I just beat him with the other one.
Who were you playing?
I'd say probably like when I was trying to learn Yoshi at the time or something like that. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go all Yoshi this tournament, and then I'd lose game one and be like, but I know I can beat him, and then I pick Ice Climbers and kick his ass or whatever. Yeah, that's it. It's not really a counterpick as much as it is being like, I know I'm a better player than this person with a character that I have more experience with. And so I'd probably do that. And I felt bad because I'm sure they, as probably a newer player, was like, hey, cool, this is a free get to round 2 in bracket or whatever. And I'm like, nope. And then A button.
Yeah, it's the same thing with me. Like if I now I barely play, so if I enter a tournament and I'll play Fox or something, play something fun, and if I lose game 1 against someone who I just know I'm better than, it's like, all right, well, I mean, I'm gonna play Peach now because I don't want to go 0-2 at the tourney.
Yeah, of course not.
So if that counts, I will say, annoying as shit. The guy, I don't like what he said. I'm slightly agreeing. I think what he's referring to is when, so say I lose game 1. All right, go ahead, Patty.
It's hard, right? It's like
it's hard to put into words.
Me specifically, there's a thing that happens with playing Samus against Sheik, where we'll play game 1 and I'll just get fucking rocked. And I'll be like, okay, I'll play Fox. And I feel like every single Sheik there is like, thank God, hell yeah, fuck yeah. Now I know this matchup more than I do right now. And then I always lose usually more than I do game 1. But like stock 1 is scary, right?
Yeah.
Like I'll do shit stock 1 because I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm playing Fox. I have all the power. And then they'll just slowly be like, oh wait, I'm playing Fox. I'm not playing Samus anymore. And that's something that happens. But the thing that I always do, and that has absolutely worked before, is my Fox fucks up Samus players because I know exactly what fucking sucks against Samus players. So there have been like multiple sets where I've gone Fox, won the set, and then be like, by the way, I mean Samus at the very end. So that's the one where I'm like, fuck yeah, I can't wait to play a Samus. And obviously if they're a decent bit better than me, it's not going to go great. But if they're like same level than me, I'm like, I'm golden. I can't wait to play Fox. It's like, this is the scenario where this is made for. But the one thing that I'll say that happens a lot in those scenarios, and that I feel real scummy about, but I try not to do, is there are totally people who have multiple characters who will sit down and wait for you to pick your character first on the character select screen. Like, that is a fucking thing I get so mad about. If I fucking pick Samus against your Fox and you switch to Sheik, like, I'm pissed. Yeah. I'm, like, literally gonna play as BM as fucking possible. And that has happened to me countless times at tournaments. I get so mad and try not to say how mad I am, but I get so fucking pissed that you didn't wait till fucking game 2. And yeah, that is totally a thing. So what do you guys think about that? Like the whole like switch characters after we picked on the character select screen.
I worry about picking Ice Climbers before the person that I'm playing against, just because I know that there's a chance that I'll get, because it's happened to me before.
You should have asked for a double blind.
But that's like so lame, right? Like I don't.
It's the rules.
I know, but it's like I don't want to be that fucking like lame-o.
The guy who's like double blind
sits on the setup at the major and says, okay, let's double blind.
Well, if you don't want to follow the rule, then don't complain about the thing the rules in place.
It's true. It's almost like it's become an unspoken thing where you just don't do that. I totally get what you mean though. Like I'm on that side. It's that also when you're asking for a double blind immediately, you're making an assumption about that player where that they wouldn't be that guy in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So
the way I treat it is you fucking putting your cursor on a character and selecting it is the double blind. Like don't fucking switch off the character select screen is all I ask.
Calling the double blind is sort of like lame judo, because you have to predict that they're going to be lame and counterpick, so you got to like counter their lame with your lame, where you're like
preemptively
they're going to fucking I'm going to pick Ices and they're going to switch to Peach. Hey man, we're going to double blind, and then they in their brain, maybe they're like, hey, that's lame. But you're like, no, we're in this, all's fair, you know?
But Ted is totally right, where at the end of the day, it's in the rules, and the reason you're asking is because it puts the players on an even playing.
I always think of this one scenario, and...
because you can switch again, too.
No, I can, yeah, totally. I totally can switch again, but like I wouldn't want to do it because I get mad at people for doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, fuck you. I'm sitting on this platform missiling you. The one scenario where I bring up here where Ryan has brought it up a bunch in the podcast for a different reason, but Ryan played like a Dr. Mario once at a major. And the Dr. Mario sat down.
He's played a bunch of Dr. Mario.
I know, but it was one time where he was drunk and had a bunch of fun playing this Dr. Mario. He's talked about it a bunch. But the Dr. Mario sat down and asked him for a double blind. And I was like literally like multiple like rows of setups away. And Ryan was like, Batty! I was like, what? He was like, double blind. He like pulled me over. And we did like a fucking super official double blind where they both like whispered in my ear.
Oh my God.
Because Ryan was just like trash at 11 a.m. having fun on the fucking tournament setup.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that was good though. That is this. I always think about that when somebody like asks for a double blind game one. I don't want to be that guy.
You get your confidant.
I could feel Ryan being like, it's him, not me. It's him. It's him.
Dude, I'm all for being lame. Like I have no. Dude, I'll RPS people for port 4. I don't give a fuck.
I was about to
I'll be a
ask,
bitch.
do you guys know the rule about character selection? Who picks first after who loses? That's my gamer question.
Like
There's an order.
for a counterpick.
So me and you play. Who picks stage? So someone picks stage, right? The loser picks stage.
No, winner bans in best of 3.
Winner bans, loser picks. Who gets to? And then after, is it after stage you get to pick character?
Yeah. Winner picks character.
Yep.
Well, you ask if you're staying, right? Isn't
exactly. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. That's what you're supposed to. If you're losing, you ask, "Are you staying?"
Are you staying?
The
and
loser,
then if they say yes, then you have the opportunity to change your character. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can change your character, but you just do it afterwards.
Yeah.
The winner changes first, so that the loser is never at the disadvantage.
That's why the loser asks.
Yes.
Just to make sure.
I've had that happen too, where I didn't say anything because I don't want to be a fucking bitch. I've totally had that happen where I've asked someone, "Are you staying?" and then counterpicked, and then they switch characters. And I've called it out a couple times, but like, you can't do that. Like, you have to winner picks character first. I've called it out a major before, but if we're playing at the local, I'm like, whatever. I don't fucking.
You know how many times
It is polite. If you're gonna switch to announce it.
Well, it's also polite if you're losing to say, "Are you staying?"
Yeah.
Like that's kind of your thing, right?
As a wobbler, I can't count the number of times I was asked, "Are you staying?" just so they could like pull out a weird peach or something, like their weird like secondary peach. Or I'm like, "Yeah, I'm staying," and then I get down smashed a whole fucking bunch of times.
Yeah,
or whatever. It's fucking nuts. Yeah, I am very like, you know what? You're right. I think asking for a double blind is just the way to go.
Yeah.
Frankly, if you're afraid about getting counterpicked, then if you play a character that's like that, you should probably just ask for a double blind.
To loop it back, real quick, if you have a chat question, please drop them in chat. If you have anything specifically to ask Sean, or if you want to ask anything about, I don't know, locals being back, we've gone to our first local. But yeah, if you drop it in chat, Ryan, please help me compile shit. One thing.
What's up?
I'll ask you. So you've been on the opposite side of that. You've been on that tweet side.
Yeah.
Where you have played a character that has a very specific counterpick.
Yes.
And the thing that we haven't brought up is that Ultimate might totally be different. We've never played a game.
There's so many
40
characters.
Fucking characters.
It's more than that, right? It's so many. I don't know.
Yeah, that's totally a thing where like we've never played that game. And
so
like that opinion, I don't know. I could back him up if I played Ultimate.
What I'm saying is that you're contradicting yourself in this, even though I'm not a fucking Ultimate player, because you are blaming their lack of matchup knowledge for picking a character to prey on my lack of matchup knowledge, but you're also self-admitting to your lack of matchup knowledge, which is why you lost. So you're complaining about how bad you are in your own fucking tweet.
You're not even saying that I hate Peach Ice Climbers. Like, it's not even that. It's just like, it's saying, if
you boil it down, it's saying I lost because I'm not familiar with that lame character that you picked, which is so pussy, in my opinion. I don't know if you I feel like you would agree with me.
It's baby for sure.
It's baby for sure. Mama. And I get where he's coming from, where you can say it's like gimmicky or cheesy, but if I'm gonna win, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck it takes to win. Frankly, I don't care how lame or gimmicky or cheesy I have to be.
W's a W.
Especially when you go on Twitter afterwards and complain about it, because that's just gonna make the person who kicked your ass.
It's always gonna be 2-0 on Challenge.
Yeah, that's every time. Bottom line.
You look back at Challenge, it says 2-0. It doesn't say 2-0, but he was pretty lame about it.
Exactly.
It just says 2-0. That was a dub.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think about it? I know earlier, I kind of agree with him or whatever.
No, because it's annoying as shit if it's annoying from the other side, but then I realized that that's the thing that I just said that I do.
Mm-hmm.
But it is annoying as shit where I know, say I'm playing Fox Dittos with somebody and we both kind of have a whatever Fox, and game 1 goes close, game 2 I win, game 3 they switch to their main. It's like, come on, bro. We gotta, we're
We had a thing going.
We're fighting. We're fighting
we were
right
fighting
now,
out here.
and you just took the honor out of it, and we're just like, well, I can just win this another way.
Yeah, I
It's like,
guess.
I thought we were like fucking
Doing a thing.
fighting in the phone booth.
But you
doing
do
the
know,
thing.
like, I mean, you admit though the reason you lost is because they just like were better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I get
yeah.
that it's annoying. It's also, and for sure, like if I got fucking what's the term for when you beat somebody in something and they're like, hey, you want to like do it again for double, and they just totally
double or nothing.
double or nothing. But like
Hustling.
I got hustled by fucking Nathan at one of the shines. I feel like Blue Eco or whatever it was. Or
Blinding Blackout?
Blue Eco. Blinding Blackout. Where I kicked his ass when wobbling was still legal at like the second shine.
Fox or Marth?
I think it was Fox. And I was like, sweet, free $20. He said double or nothing. I'm like, I kicked his ass so hard, and I think he's salty. It was like, I don't know. I think he actually kicked my ass on the
Did you go
segment.
Marth?
The run back.
No, still Fox.
Oh.
He just pulled out some new shit. Or maybe I was just like so cocksure that I would win that I fucking sucked ass. But cleaned me for like $40. I'm like, I felt like I got fucking scammed. And I was like, Nathan, you played me, man. Good job. Like handshake, you did it. And I realized it was because I was worse than him in that moment, but I did feel like I got cheated or something like that. But yeah, that's that.
Yeah, on my end, I brought this up earlier, but like whenever I play someone who counterpicks Sheik against Samus, like specifically, I'm like, okay, all honor that we had in that first game is gone. I'm gonna missile camp you ruthlessly. I'm gonna play the same way that I play against like people on Slippy who I hate, and that's totally a thing. But there are scenarios where someone's just like getting off with their Sheik secondary, and I always have the same thought of like, I wish I was the Samus that could punish you for this. Because there totally are Samus players who are like, not that way. The opposite thing, whenever someone goes Falcon against me, I'm like, fuck yeah, you're going to get down smashed so hard. And I know how to edge guard Falcon. Like, that's just a matchup I feel comfortable with a lot of times.
The people at home may not know this, Patty, but you're like a lame player.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you will abuse characters, absolutely. You'll do missile shit, you'll crouch cancel down smash, like all the shit, all the tricks you need to win. You do that a little bit too.
I love playing lame.
Yeah, you play lame.
Oh, yeah.
Even Freddie on the mic the other night, he was like, I played so lame to win today, or whatever. And sometimes you gotta play optimal, you gotta play lame.
I think you hit a certain point where you're just like, wait, lame is just like
It's good.
doing things that are good. And it's like, wait a second. Big lame is dope because then you just win.
I guess I'm lame too. I wobble, dude. Wobbling is lame, but it fucking gets the W.
Dude, the added compound of the good lame shit is that it makes people mad. And when you make people mad, they get worse.
That's true.
It's beautiful.
The only one of it, Ryan is not a lame player, I don't think.
No, Ryan's a rollout.
He was he was awful pounds and shit.
Yeah. You
I
could
will
not-
say, I've definitely started just trying to just down air people with Samus. That's been
rad,
my whole
though.
bit. I just try to like down air.
That's
I
rad.
just jump more. And recently I've been playing way more Sheik than I have Samus. Just I'm like, oh, I can actually full hobbit this character, and it's not the worst thing I could do. I don't know. Recently, honestly, my Sheik's been better than my Samus.
That's rad. That's rad. Are you doing the Hugo? Making the switch?
No.
Okay.
It's called the Plup, actually.
Okay, sweet, my bad.
No, I'm not that.
Wait till you get to,
It's totally
the
just
Fox
secondary.
stage.
It's totally just secondary. I'm sure I'll play someone and I'll be like,
It's an advantage.
I'm never playing Sheik again. Just have that feeling.
Cool. Matchups. Counterpick.
Chat
Let's do
questions.
some chat cues. Real quick.
What is Ted wearing today? Multiple people asking what is Ted
I
wearing.
said, who is Ted
Why
wearing?
is Ted wearing? Who is Ted wearing?
You have some cool pants.
Who's
I like
Ted
these.
wearing?
What am I wearing today? I'm wearing Yasuyuki Ishii, and then Nike Stussy, and then Hanes.
Hey.
And
These are
Allston Melee.
Hanes?
No, this.
That's Haynes.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then Allston Melee merch.
He's got the
On the
Ted Green
bottom.
shirt on.
I think
Green
pretty
label.
much every single podcast we get one comment about me looking at
the Duran Gang
Duran Gang
thing on your
because that was one of the things in the intro.
It's funny as fuck.
What was your favorite dad win during the famous 9th place run? I'll say beating Treeloke, who when Dad and Treeloke sat down, I was like, you don't have to play Treeloke. Treeloke's not entered the tournament. Treeloke's my tag's alt at this tournament. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then you won, and I was mad because I was trying to get a replacement commentator.
No, Freddie avenged me. I lost to Treeloke, and then Freddie beat Treeloke right after.
Perfect.
I'm down. Treeloke, Freddie being Treeloke is actually pretty funny. I fuck with that. Absolutely.
Knock him down a few pegs. I'll say my favorite dad loss was Uma.
Yeah. First round too, I think, right?
Tyler Moran.
Yeah, he went off.
Uma rules though.
I love Uma.
Great kid.
I love Uma.
All right, sick question. Cypher says, big friend of the pod. Any advice for my first tournament on Saturday?
Ooh!
Which is so dope.
People always say this. Go to learn. Like, try to win, obviously, but like, you're not gonna. It's not like you're gonna fucking win the tournament. So just sit down, play your best, and try to take your losses in stride and learn from them.
Don't be shy at all.
Yeah.
If you get fucked by someone, be like, dude, why did I just lose that bad? Like, what do I do? Like, why did you do this here? Just like ask. Like, there's nothing wrong with just asking.
Any normal person will be cool with you asking because you're new, right?
And if they're a dick, then you just figured out someone who's an asshole in the scene, and that's another step. So
you can approach it very, very friendly and just be like, "Hey, I'm super new here. This is literally my first or second tournament set ever. Would you have any specific advice for what I could possibly do?"
Yeah.
Then you got to think. I have a thing after.
I don't know. Just go in with a smiling face. I think you'll have a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I have one. You can go. If you know who's running it, you could ask if they want any help or anything. That's a good way to kind of get some scene points.
Not even that. Asking the person who's the TO, like, hey, this is my first tournament. That's a great, just off the bat,
Say that.
Great way to get you in. But then also, like, who do you think I should play? Type beat is also a great question. Like, who's
which players
there are
here?
countless Mr. Lemons across the scene. Mr. Lemon is a great Dr. Mario main who used to play, who is just like countless, who is the person who is countless new players playing with him at all times.
Yep.
Just as he very much valued that in like introducing people.
And he was nasty.
And there's multiple people across the scenes. My advice would be, okay, so there's going to be a moment where you lose twice. Maybe you beat someone in that time, but you're gonna lose twice. God, Mike's ruining everything. Did you spill beer everywhere?
No, it's
okay,
actually
cool.
really big.
All right, so there's gonna be.
Sorry, everyone.
There's going to be a moment where you lose twice and you're going to stand behind some CRTs and going to feel awkward. Everyone does it. I've been to fucking 5,000 tournaments and I still have that feeling where you lose twice. You might be like thinking about the loss and you're just going to stand there and just like be behind CRTs and just like beat yourself.
Where do you go?
The crucial part is don't leave the venue in that moment.
No.
There are countless people who lose twice and then just like walk out of the venue because they feel like that is the end of my tournament. That is not the end of the tournament. If you truly want, you can stay there till the fucking doors close and you will probably get the best possible tournament experience from that type of thing. All I'm saying is that don't feel awkward going up to people and asking them for friendlies because you might have to ask 3 people for friendlies because they might be in bracket still and might have things to do. Like, it's not weird to ask them for friendlies and for them to say no. And that experience, like being able to do that, it takes like literally like multiple tournaments to go to just feel totally confident in that. So all I'm asking is the quicker that you can feel normal going up to people and asking them to play friendlies, the better your tournament experience is going to be. And obviously there's some key ones, if there's 3 people playing on a setup, maybe you don't ask them. Yeah. But if those are the only 3 people at the venue, maybe ask them, hey, do one of you want to play on this setup instead?
Yep.
Dubs.
Exactly. And dubs not so much. People will probably be super trying to grind.
All right, dude. I would probably.
If there's dubs at the tournament, absolutely. But like if there's only singles, first.
I love playing doubles.
Absolutely.
I'm really bad at it. But I love
decent
playing
amount
it.
of tournaments. I'll probably ask.
I think you're less likely
to get a
get
yes.
doubles than you are to grab one person.
It's an opener.
Yeah, but but yeah, all it is just like feel comfortable.
So if you're gonna have so much fucking fun,
yeah,
dude,
absolutely.
Not leaving is such a good tip. I can't. Not that I hate it because I get it, but when new players lose and they just go, all right, pack their shit up and dip, it's like, yo, there's 4 more hours of tournament. I don't know where you're going.
The bracket's gonna get real thin, and there's gonna be a lot of friendlies happening.
Yeah, I every tournament I go to, basically I hang out until it closes because I'm just hanging out. You just go and kick it with your boys. That's basically it.
Watching the end of the tournament is fun too.
Absolutely.
When it gets to losers, winners, finals and stuff,
it's the hype of shit.
Yeah. Even with like a good bracket, even like all top 8 is exciting.
Yep. or a guy you know that's like making a run, you're like, stick around and check that shit out.
Yep.
Oh, one thing I will say is go up to the TO and probably like tell them like around the area where you live, and it's very likely that person could point you towards more people who live near you who want to play Melee.
Sweet.
Because like TOs know where fucking people live.
Good shit
all the times. So yeah, they're the TO is like one of the best resources you could have. But at the same time, just being like, hey, you know, we're having fun playing Melee. Where do you live? You want to play Melee together aside from this tournament? Because you will build a friendship from Melee. And that's the fucking, that's the end of every single one of our videos. Click any of our top 10 videos, put it 25 minutes in, and you will hear Patty talking about that exact feeling.
Friendship in the Melee community.
It's like a rose. That's in the next one. A sneak peek.
Do you think there will be bad stuff that comes from majors running P+ in Smash 64 Remix? How long do you think that they'll stick around at tournaments?
Who cares? Fuck Nintendo.
Yeah, fuck the system.
Well, I mean,
we run it all day.
Can they shut us down? Can they do that?
Oh, that I was going to ask what they mean.
Dare them to try.
Yeah.
Bad stuff.
Fuck Nintendo.
Also, are we planning to run 64 Remix? Because that fucking rules if that's a thing that's happening.
We're keeping the lights on all night, baby.
Yeah.
I'm down for 64 Remix tournaments at majors. I'd sit down and watch that.
Honestly, a point that I haven't once considered.
Nope.
In the entirety
I forgot
of
about it.
P+ back. Okay, so
I mean, they can, right? Like
PM died because Nintendo promised a bunch of things that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
That is why P+ died. You can go back in that anonymous twit longer that happened a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty much completely dives into it. Maybe someone in chat can help you out, or someone in the comments on YouTube.
What if it's just like a Q thing?
But like pretty much that's what happened. Like
That's where they went.
they were promised a Smash circuit that never happened,
Yes.
and that's the reason why everyone dropped. And that's truly the reason why P+ wasn't on streams anymore. I don't think they would ever do that again, even if they knew that that would be the end. Mm-hmm. I think it's very likely that they're like, hey, we're not going to sponsor your event if you run this thing. Mm-hmm. But like that totally doesn't matter to countless TOs.
Fuck Nintendo.
Because they don't do anything. That's the big thing. Like the only reason that it happens is they're basically saying we're not going to strike your videos, and fucking no one has ever gotten struck. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Also, like with the most recent like happening, there's a bunch of backlash from like a bunch of communities. So I wonder if they did something like that again, like how much more shit they would get. Remember, because the whole fucking remember the Splatoon thing?
Yeah,
absolutely.
That was fucking wild and awesome.
Yeah, go watch Allston Melee. Nintendo shutting down tournaments might be a good thing. But probably the most clickbait title we've ever done.
Run it. That is a very clickbait title. Point is, I don't know if they will again. Maybe they will, but like, whatever. We'll do what we always do.
Fuck Nintendo.
I think the biggest bad thing that could happen is fucking, why do I gotta wait till fucking 8 p.m. for Melee Top 8 to start? Oh my God damn it. I have to fucking sit in this seat for fucking 4 hours to get a good seat.
At least
so
we
annoying.
get PM before top 8 instead of ultimate.
That's true. I know. It would definitely.
I like both.
No, it'll probably be ultimate after Melee.
Yeah.
That was a new thing. I was honestly fine with that.
I'm down.
When we had to go to the venue at 4 p.m. instead of 8, I was totally cool with
because
that.
after top 8, you can just go do the partying that you would be doing after.
Yeah.
The thing that ultimate players got for the longest time. Remember when Smash 4 was like, I don't care, whatever, we get to fucking party. They're at the after party like fucking 9 hours earlier than we were. That's totally a thing that constantly happens.
So funny.
Yeah.
Anything else? Or do you want to cut it?
Let's run.
Major?
Let's quick run. We got
all right.
more.
Do like one word answers.
Any advice for first major? Been to like 5 locals, but I'm going to Riptide.
Do you drink alcohol?
Is that your?
That's a bad advice.
I'm asking.
It's a bad advice. That's not what you need.
All right, dude. What do you guys do at majors?
Be safe.
Pee in the pool.
Don't pee in the pool.
That's my answer. Pee in the pool.
No, it's honestly the same thing that I'd give to the locals, but 10 times max. Because like the coolest thing about a major that you can have from playing Melee is that you can go on literally any setup and suddenly you're playing against the number 10 person from New Jersey and you're just getting fucking rocked by this person who like you've never known the tag of before. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of the locals, but like there's such a high percentage chance that you run into someone fucking really good, and that's super cool. That's like one of the coolest feelings where you just find an open 2-person setup and it's like fucking someone extremely good.
Yeah.
Other than that, like I'd say if you're cool and you're normal, it's very likely that you will end up in a scenario where, oh my god, there's a top player in this room, or like something like that. And the biggest advice I could give is that they are desperately looking for someone to just act normal around them. And, you know, if you just aren't a fucking fanboy to people, they will probably treat you with the same respect that you treat them.
Watch out, Shooter.
So yeah, just again. Like, you know, if you end up in that scenario, I don't know, just talk, you know, what music do you like, bro? Like there's countless scenarios where it's just like, if you just treat someone normal, they're going to be so much more apt to talk to you because you're not fucking going up to them asking for their autograph.
Exactly.
If you're going with your friends, you're going to have fun no matter what happens. So just have fun. Just go to a fucking video game tournament and have fun.
Yeah.
The other way that I think about Major, kind of the way that you interact with people, you know that episode of Malcolm in the Middle where they get stuck in traffic on the highway?
Keep going.
So in the episode, they get stuck in traffic on the highway and Malcolm exits the car. He meets this girl and they kind of have a little fling, but just it's like an hour long. So it's like this little thing. Going to a Major is like you just meet a person. You guys are like friends for the weekend. They live in fucking Montana and I live in Mass. We're cool now. We're totally friends. Like I've made friends at the first Major I went to is fucking Pound. And I'm still friends with Val. I talked to her today. I met her there. It was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just going to meet people who are cool. It's like, because it's
make friends.
It's people from all over the place. You know all the people in your scene probably already. So you meet a bunch of cool people with similar interests.
Exactly. That's like the other side of it where you could sit down at a setup and then they're two bad people, but you have the most fun that you've ever had playing Melee because someone's fucking hilarious and plays Mario. And it's like, bro, I fucking love this Mario main from Washington. He's the funniest guy I've ever met in my life. That's totally a thing that happens.
Remember when... actually, never mind. Keep going.
Sorry. That's it.
That's
we're good.
That's the exact feeling what you just said right there where you go, sorry. But we're just playing some dude and you're like, dude, this Yoshi from NorCal? We're best friends now.
Closing thoughts.
Fuck that is. That's funny as fuck.
Melee is a really cool game, and there's a reason why I still make fucking 25-minute long videos about this game throughout everything that has happened and all of the bad shit that is attached to this name. Ultimately, I can say if you love Melee, spreading the positive parts is dope, and if you have a voice to be impactful, use that voice to be impactful.
Swag.
That's Allston Melee Podcast.
Hey, thank you. See you next week. Actually, I won't. These guys will. Deuces.
I know that. Peace out.
Suicide.